My exhibition. Hi there, I'm Yuan. I'm 11 and I've been in this school for about 6 months already. I'm from the Philippines, but I grew up in Dubai. I like arts and I played the guitar and the ukulele. I play basketball and recently started to play football, even though I'm not the best at it. Voice exhibition. In the final year of PLP, students, which is us, we carry out an extended, in-depth collaborative project known as exhibition. This involves students working collaboratively to conduct an in-depth inquiry into real-life issues or problems. My topic is suicidal thoughts. Feeling suicidal is a very serious issue, and not much people know how bad it has gotten. Someone here admit. What is suicide? Suicide. The act of taking your own life is an issue that I think needs more attention. People think that suicide is is a way to cope with their heavy feelings, and of course it isn't. People even think that suicide is the best fit to deal with long term deterioration. Central idea. Our health cannot to our relationship with others. It means that our well-being, mental or physical, can shape our relationship with others. It can affect how they see us and how they spend time with us. Lines of inquiry or LOI. Reasons that lead to negative thoughts, which is causation, and how can we cope with negative thoughts, which is responsibility. My key concepts are causation and responsibility, and causation is why they're like this, and responsibility is what can we do about it. And key concept is a similar term of big concepts. My related concepts: expression, prevention, and well-being. Related concepts are words that relate to your topic. Prevention is preventing things to happen, and well-being is being healthy and being well. Expression is expressing something or someone. Learner profile. Balanced. You have to be balanced with your health. It doesn't matter whether physical or mental. Open-minded. You have to be open-minded to life and its wonderful opportunities. ATL skills or approaches to learning. I chose communication skills because you have to communicate with other people to express yourself, to express yourself and show how you feel. So you will feel lighter and a bit better, and maybe you can cope with suicidal thoughts. But remember that not every suicidal person can express their feelings because they could get really insecure. Findings. Here are the information I got throughout the exhibition. People suicide per year. Research and statistics say that more than 700,000 people suicide per year. 800,000 people is the maximum. This is also the reason why I chose this topic, to show how bad it has gotten. Suicide deaths. Suicide is the third leading cause of death in 15 to 19-year-olds. Probably because of stress. Because yeah, academic stress. Not in Korea, South specifically, 15,000 people suicide per year. Mostly because of academic stress. Most Asian countries have a very strict education standards. They have high expectations and homework every day. This can cause stress to students, which could lead to anxiety and suicide. I have at least experienced this type of pressure because I studied in a Filipino curriculum, so I know how it feels. And Filipino curriculum is in Asia because some people feel mistaken that the Philippines is in Europe, which is not true. And based on my experiences, the weekend is basically 2 days at fish homework, and most of the time you don't get to spend as much time with your family and friends as much as you want. Gender equality. People that are bisexual or transgender are more likely to suicide than people that are not LGBTQ. because they are not always treated properly. Some people can discriminate them because of their gender and their looks. Which gender is most likely to suicide? Men will be most likely to commit suicide than women because of the new KM or kill mentions. And also, men are being clowned there for having an opinion, and they don't know that not all men are rude. So basically, there's this new trend that I'm not sure if everybody knows it, but it's a kill mentions which led to around 3 kids to try to commit suicide. Kids as young as 11 years old, or I think 10. Outcome. So here's the action that I made from the information I got. My action is awareness, so I can just spread awareness and tell people how bad it has gotten when it comes to suicide. Here's my website. My website has my survey results as well, and more of my findings and my sources. So my website has all of my information about suicide. And when you are in the exhibition, they're gonna be giving you this handbook. It has everything about the exhibition, and such as citing your sources, because you have to cite your sources so that it will be more academic. And Yuan has been the most suicidal country because of the country's HIV or AIDS health issues that can cause anxiety and stress to been making them feel suicidal. My source is Suicide in Guyana, which is from Wikipedia. Malaysia has also been experiencing suicide problems. People and kids as young as 15 years of age have been committing suicide and attempting it, usually because of debt and family and marriage issues. I got this from Press Reader. Korea has also been experiencing suicide problems. Just as I said earlier, 15,000 people die from suicide every year in all genders. Kids as young as 10 years old have been doing suicide or committing suicide because of their parents' unemployment in school or academic stress. I got this from YouTube. I think it's from Journeyman. How to cope with suicidal thoughts. It will be shown in my video later. Also, on my website, I have here like some quotes from various suicidal people. Suicide warnings. So here's the warnings that could be the cause of suicide, and it says sometimes you wish that I wasn't born, I wish I was dead, or I'm gonna kill myself. These are one of the warnings for being suicidal, but being suicidal doesn't mean that you want to end your life. It's just that you want to just that you want the stress and pain to end, or you want to turn back time and to fix something that happened. Contact or wanting to be alone. This is an important warning because being alone increases the suicidal thoughts. Having mood swings or such as being joyful, then the next day being sad again. Feeling hopeless about the situation and feels like it's never gonna end. Doing risky things such as driving recklessly and taking drugs or alcohol. Because it increases the chance of you being suicidal. Saying goodbye to people as if you will never meet again. So my source is from Mayo Clinic and it's made in 2018. Causes of suicide is gonna be there in my video, which I'll be showing to you later. How to tell if someone is suicidal? Sometimes not all suicidal people will show these signs, but I just need you to analyze it to know whether someone needs it or help. One is a suicide talk. Talking about suicidal is like, it's like, what do you think is suicide? Have you ever tried to kill yourself, or questions like that? Questions and phrases like this maybe suggests that someone has interest in considering it. This means that they want help or they want to ask your opinions about it. 2. Giving away important or prized possessions. Giving away expensive and needed items is maybe a sign because they think that they don't need anything or items to where they go to where they are going. 3. Having weapons. Well, not all the time having a harmful object means that they're suicidal. Guns can be used for protection and hunting, but if they don't give a sign as they want it to be like a hobby collecting, they might probably be suicidal, or I'm not sure. It could be anything. It's wide. 4. Abusing drugs or alcohol. When a human thinks he or she is lonely, they will turn back to drugs or alcohol to make them feel less lonely or to make them feel safer or braver. 5. Low motivation for social life. Depressed and suicidal people often don't feel connected to other people. They might also think that it's unimportant. 6. Not participating in activities. Suicidal people think that nothing matters anymore. 7. Self-harm. This is one of the biggest signs of someone being suicidal. Examples are cutting, burning, and poisoning themselves, and they also test the water to see if they're actually capable of suiciding. 8. Risky behaviors. Studies say that suicidal people are most likely to be doing risky activities. It's just like what I said earlier. And emotional outbursts. Sometimes out of nowhere, they will just suddenly start telling weird inside stories about their life. It means that they just want to express themselves. 10. Body language. Look for signs such as lumped shoulders, eyes looking down at the floor, and making no sign that they're willing to do eye contact. 11. Past suicide attempts. This is also the biggest sign that someone is called suicidal. It's called suicide tendencies. People misunderstood that depression it's not just cured with one magic pill. I got this from 14 ways to tell if someone is suicidal from Psych2Go on YouTube. How it feels like to suicide. It's a mixture of relief and fear. I was finally going to take the burden that was me away from the world. It's a quote by a survivor named Kevin. And there's another one. What have I just done? I don't want to die. God, please save me. He said this while jumping off a bridge, and it's another suicide. A survivor named Kevin Hine. It's different from the guy. It's different from the guy earlier. There was a guy in the left who said to a fellow next to him while pointing at me with his thumb, "What the hell's wrong with that kid?" With a smile on his face, I thought that's it. Nobody cares. He said this minutes before he attempted suicide in the Golden Gate Bridge. And this is why it's important to actually comfort someone that you think is suicidal or depressed. Because the man or the guy that said what else wrong with that kid could have saved him from getting hurt. Now I'll also show you my survey results. Just here, people that answered my survey seems to be 21-year-old plus. Probably those are teachers, and 15 below. Most people said that they knew the impact of suicide, which actually shocked me and kind of impressed me because I thought that not much people will know about this. Most of the people that said that it affects the people around in the population. 4 is, can you blame people for suicide? And most people say, I don't know. 5 is, What are the reasons that drive people to suicide? And most people said that it's mental illness, mental burnouts, depression, grieving, a lot. But it's mostly for focusing on depression. 6. Who do you think has the biggest responsibility for helping someone with suicidal thoughts? Most people said that it's family, and some people said other. And the other is everyone. A mixture of everybody. I think that everyone can play a part to help and support someone who's feeling suicidal. And I do agree with him. 8. What do you think is the most important action to prevent suicide? Most people said that is communication and awareness, and I do agree with them. Communication, trying to make other people's thoughts, awareness, being caring, communication, raise awareness. And then next, I have here my animated video. I posted it on YouTube, so it's here. It doesn't have any sound, just because it's not for free. If you want it to have a sound. Okay. So the next thing is my reflection. So my reflection is I learned about the whole purpose of the exhibition. The whole journey was not easy, but my mentors, students, and teachers, together with their valuable input and support, made my exhibition journey easier. Overall, I feel very happy about my findings as it helped me with my learning outcomes. Thank you. That's it. Thank you for your time. I hope you liked it. If there are any questions, you guys can just ask me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Do you know what is HIV? Because I saw it in your survey, and I don't know what is HIV.
It was my survey.
No, not in your survey. In your website.
HIV it's a type of sickness.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay. Welcome. If there are more questions, you guys can just ask me.
Responsibility.
I really think that it's everyone. But if it's a specific person, it's probably the whole community or the friends and family, because they are the trusted and the closest to the person. If there's any feedbacks or questions, you guys can just say.
I really like your website. How long did it take you to make it?
Probably around 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 3 weeks, yeah. Because I had to gather all of the information as well.
I think that's the best way to raise awareness, to have it out there. So well done. Good job.
Thank you.
I don't have questions, Yuan, because I think I already asked it during your first presentation. I can just agree with what Nadia mentioned. The website and the video, the more times I see it, because this is the second time, the more that I feel moved by it. I personally think that these actions that you have created will really be a big help to create awareness. I personally liked the video. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm going to leave it because after 5 minutes I have to get ready for our lunch. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.